As America watched President Biden take the oath of office, QAnon followers were waiting for the Great Awakening. Many of them believe that the inauguration was a carefully planned setup where Democrats would be arrested and Donald Trump would start a second term in office. NBC News tech reporter Ben Collins joining me now. Ben, I know you were plugged in to these QAnon chat rooms throughout the day yesterday. Could you just tell us what that was like?
Yeah, it was one of the wildest, real-time showings of betrayal and disappointment I've ever seen in my life. These people were they firmly believed that all of their political enemies would be rounded up, sent to like a mock trial and executed live on television. And the opposite happened. Their enemies were sworn into office and they took power. And, watching that in real time was kind of incredible because they didn't actually plan for a day after their doomsday. Their doomsday was Inauguration Day. They had a plan from then on that, Donald Trump would basically be president in perpetuity. And, they would be proved right. Yeah. And all of their friends and family that had been laughing at them would finally see what they were seeing. But instead, they were met with incredible disappointment.
Ben, you wrote that one popular QAnon post said the inauguration was, quote, like being a kid and seeing the big gift under the tree, thinking it is exactly what you want, only to open it and realize it was a lump of coal. Do you have a sense that a lot of these followers are moving on today after that? Or are they still holding out hope that the inauguration wasn't real or that something else is going to happen to change this situation?
Allison, that's a really good example, that quote, of what QAnon is about. It's this fever dream that's like almost childlike. If you get rid of the blood and guts and the really disgusting stuff that is at the heart of it, it's this childlike idea that everything's going to be fixed in 24 hours. Just one day, something will come through and it'll make your life, which has been hard, perfectly fine. There's no pandemic anymore. All this stuff, they don't believe in a shared reality where bad things can happen. So, a lot of these people are committed to mysticism. They're committed to magical thinking. So they have pushed the goalpost back even further, which seems impossible. But that's what they're saying, is that now it's someday in March where this is happening. But the real worry is that some of them are now being recruited by white nationalists and neo-Nazis who are willing to let these people in, because, polite society was not willing to let these people in yesterday. They wanted to laugh at them and mock them, which seems like a very reasonable and human response. But the people who weren't laughing at them were very bad people who were about to, grow their ranks by seizing on that disappointment.
So, Ben, I have to ask, because a lot of social media platforms, the big ones, are cracking down on QAnon groups. And so followers are moving to apps like Telegram and Gab. I have to be honest, I barely even know what that is. Do you expect that these conspiracies will continue to grow, that they might find something else to replace this inauguration prophecy since it didn't happen, or that they might peter out?
My guess is that QAnon, based on Q's posts, the idea that there's this government insider who's secretly working for Donald Trump to take away this satanic cabal, my guess is that basically goes away. But the infrastructure they built as an information ecosystem of pushing people lies and false narratives through these alternative platforms, that will maintain. That's what happened with that Dominion conspiracy theory. That was a QAnon thing. The reason that got so big is because all of those QAnon influencers moved from QAnon to Dominion, and they all pushed the same talking points. That will happen again. There will be new lies for them to push for profit. But, hopefully it won't be quite as dark, quite as militant, and hopefully it won't lead to an insurrection again.
Yeah, Ben, I have to thank you so much, not only for your reporting, but for spending the day yesterday while the rest of us were watching the transfer of power in our country, spending the day watching this so we could really understand what's going on. I know it's heavy stuff, and we're grateful that you do it, so we really understand what's happening.
Hey, thank you. That's really nice. Thank you.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.